How's it going? This is Black Apino, the Apple Guy, and today I thought I'd make a kind of just a quick run through uh, of a program known as Time Machine. For those of you who own Macs, who are getting Macs, or are not familiar with the term, basically Time Machine is basically Apple's version of backing up your laptop onto a portion of your hard drive in case something were to happen to your computer and it crashed and you needed to restore it. Then you would use back Time Machine to basically restore it to a previous version. Now, a lot of people don't know that you don't have to use Time Machine basically on your Mac. You can use an external source as your backup, although you will have to keep whatever that external device that you're using physically connected to your hard drive or to your Mac, or if you're using a NAS, which is a network attached storage device, which is basically just wirelessly doing a backup of your computer. You would do it that way as well in case you wanted to make sure you wanted to feel safe that in case your computer crashed, you couldn't recover it from getting from a new Mac, or if you could recover it just in general. So basically, I'm going to kind of give you a rundown as to how to do this feature, how to enable it, just basically how to like switch between backing it up on your Apple or doing it onto your external device that you'd be using. And keep in mind, anything that you're going to use other than a network attached storage device, which is also known as a NAS, then you have to keep it physically connected to your Mac because one, it does backups of your computer, every day. Sometimes it'll let you know in the warning section. It'll let you know basically if you haven't backed up. As you can see from where my cursor is, this little clock here, that is my Time Machine. As you can see, it says last backup was to my MyCloud, which is basically my network attached storage device, which is my wireless one that I have connected to my router. I use that as my backup device, and I do not use my Mac or my other external for that backup, as you can see. And basically, what that means is that if I go into Enter Time Machine, what it does is it basically, as you can see, it gives me a rundown of everything that was backed up from June 2017 through July, all the way to my most current backup, which would be today at 6:36 in the afternoon. Say something happened to my laptop today and I need to restore it from a previous version, then I could either go back to today or I can go back to yesterday, depending on how bad of a crash it is and what I need to recover. So as you can see, that's basically what Time Machine will allow you to do. Basically, go into the back of your computer and basically restore from a previous backup. Now, what I'm going to show you how to do is select which disk you can use for Time Machine. Like I said before, it automatically uses part of your disk as a backup. But say you wanted to feel safe and you didn't want to do it that way, you wanted to know if you could do it via an external drive, this I'm going to show you. As you can see, this is the Time Machine settings. Time Machine backup automatically. If you have that enabled, it automatically backs it up. As you can see, it takes local snapshots, hourly backups for the past 24 hours, and then you do daily backups from the past month, and then weekly backups from all previous months. The oldest backups are deleted from your disk, becomes full. Basically, what that means is, say this is my hard drive, this right here. Say I were to somehow manage to use up the rest of my 796 gigs of hard drive space. Any backup prior to that, if it becomes full, it automatically becomes deleted. So what we're going to do is, if you want to say you have an external hard drive, as you can see, my Seagate is an external, and my public, which is my Western Digital, is also an external. If you wanted to use one of those as a backup, what you would do is you would go into select disk, you would select on that, and as you can see, it'll show you the current backup disk, and then it'll show you what's available and what the disk size is, or at least the ones that are connected to your Mac. As you can see, my Seagate is, my Western Digital is not, nor is the Time Machine backup that I use. It does not show that. So say you want to use an external device that's already connected to your Mac, you would basically just select that, and then it'll just go through the process of backing up your Mac up to that current point in which you selected when for it to back up. And that's you also have the option to encrypt your backups in case something were to happen, someone stole your computer or something, and they wanted to back up, they wanted to use your backup to get into the computer. You can encrypt that to make sure that that does not happen. And that is basically a kind of a quick rundown on what Time Machine is, how it works, and it's an easy way of making sure, if you want to make sure that your Mac is completely backed up, is to use an external device, because again, you cannot do Time Machine the same way you do with iCloud for your iPhone or your Apple device. So again, this is Black Apino. I'm the Apple guy, and like and subscribe.